And that was me, Mehrab and Ashish. Waiting for
us. With us.
To pivot in the industry with major.
As you can see in the chart,
Our men.
revenue is generated from like.
Hey guys, good morning. This is your boy Kabir. Welcome back to my channel. आज हमारी लाइफ का एक अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दिन which is presentations. तो MBA में एक चीज़ जो मैंने यहाँ पे आकर के सीखी कि presentations are very very important. तो आज हमारी फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंटिंग की इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंस की प्रेजेंटेशन है एंड हम बहुत स्ट्रेस्ड हैं क्योंकि कल रात में 4 बजे हम सोए, अभी 6 बज रहे हैं सुबह के एंड हमें अभी यूनिवर्सिटी जाना है. बहुत स्ट्रेस्ड है, बस का वेट कर रहे हैं. आई डोंट इवन नो कैसे करेंगे. इस बार मैं और नेगी और मेहरब साथ में हैं टीम में. So we are doing a business case study on FMCG जिसमें P&G, Nestle and Lindt chocolates में हम कर रहे हैं. So let's see how it's gonna go. We are not well prepared but देखते हैं कैसे सिचुएशन होगी. नेगी की शक्ल दिखाता हूँ मैं. नेगी बहुत स्ट्रेस आउट, वेटिंग फॉर द बस. ये तो अस्टन जाएगी, हमें जानी है हुक्टिंग. हुक्टिंग इज इन 3 minutes. हम लोग यूनिवर्सिटी आ चुके हैं और हमारी प्रेजेंटेशन 45 मिनट से डिलेड है, तो एटलीस्ट वी गेट सम टाइम टू प्रिपेयर एज वेल. सब चलते हैं, देखते हैं चीज़ें. So guys, we are all set. We have Asha over here. He's also set up for the presentation. That's our professor right there, and we're listening to his music before to get a little easy on our work. We're almost done. You guys all can also scan this and check for our presentation. That's Mehrab. That's Shamik bhai. दौड़ेगा आज दौड़ेगा फोन कब दौड़ेगा.
Data products. Last we have the Oracle. So Oracle operates in enterprise software and cloud infrastructure with strong database lock-in and a stable enterprise client base. So it's a subscription and long-term licensing drives about 35.6% of the revenue growth, mainly from cloud services and license. It's certainty. So for that, we focus on 3 core pillars: revenue quality, profitability and efficiency, and capital structure. When we talk about revenue quality, we ask.
Thank you, Angel. So now we'll think about from the perspective of creditors. So we are taking creditors' perspective and we'll analyze the 5 industries. So we are going to do.
Can operating profits comfortably cover the monthly interest payments? Now in this case, a higher ratio indicates that the company has
short-term obligations when it's due. So we should know, and you know what? What company stands out? It's NVIDIA. NVIDIA stands out as why? Look at the ratio. So every $1 in equity. So when it comes to interest coverage, very weak. And the revenue growth, very sluggish. So if you land here, watch them. And so the bottom line, who gets the, it's like 1,000, Angel, John, and Ashita. So who wins?
All of you guys.
Our approval without hesitation goes to.
Amazing guys. So that.
Okay. In terms of the analysis, for instance.
On this. So let me give you a little twist on what you can understand from this presentation. So our main goal of this presentation is that we understand how Merck as a company.
Who do Merck compete with? So Merck is actually competing with Bayer. Bayer is a diversified scale player in pharmaceuticals and agriculture. We have the Pharma holding.
In these 3 categories, service infrastructure, you can see present. It is like mostly service-based company.
Merck, Heidelberg, Dermapharm and Fitness. From 2009.
It is not a single asset. Science-based creates value and
Industry has a market cap as of 2025 of USD 2.8 trillion dollars. We are currently witnessing a high stakes financial pivot in the industry with major.
When we talk about competitiveness, Comcast is not like major big, but it's not competitive as Netflix, but they challenge these companies on the basis.
Now, coming to its revenue, and also it has market capitalization of around 32.44 billion USD dollars. Now, coming to its revenue, as you can see in the chart, the revenue of this company was around $1.9 billion in 2020, and it almost astonishingly jumped to around $23.1 billion to 24. This is due to the revenue it generated from like trade goal. Next, coming to the EBIT. As you can see, in 2020 it was minus and it resulted in positive in 2024, due to which it is. And as for the share market price for the Live Nation Entertainment, currently it's around 138 US.
Just to let you know how we will go from positive from here, that will be currently we have done 800.
Founded in 1997 and it is in almost 190 countries. So Netflix holds approximately 21 to 22% of market share in the US.
In 2022, due to COVID, it was I mean, in terms of revenue, it was going.
What's the question?
Is it a question for
You have
everybody or?
But I don't know. For again, guys, very very good presentation. Yes, you didn't need some notes. Yes, and then now you guys are fun. Okay, but then.
We are here as a group will be presenting the financial analysis on major global automotive manufacturers from the year 2020 to 2024, specifically focusing on the creditors' perspective. So, as you can Ford Motor Company and Volkswagen maintain comfortable levels, prioritizing operational stability. BMW and General Motors operated with tighter but still manageable liquidity ratios.
Financial risk while navigating crisis, recovery and transformation. In the year 2020, the pandemic the financial debt ratio, and that is why is it important basically. The creditors will be looking at that because it shows us how much the company will absorb shock and how much does it depend on its how leveraged it
knows a lot of that mark. They have a very great prestige until 2024. So
because they're doing bad. Yeah. Because they're shutting down factories, yes. But if you go to the cash flow statement, you will see that they are also investing heavily in property, plant and equipment.
आशीष भाई, सबकी प्रेजेंटेशन देखने के बाद क्या ख्याल है भाई?
समझ नहीं आ रहा भाई, डरना है फिर नहीं डरना है, बिकॉज ऐसे क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं प्रोफेसर जिसके आंसर्स किसी को नहीं पता और हम तो बिना बैकग्राउंड वाले हैं तो.
एंड एक्चुअली मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि भाई हम नहीं था बट पीपल डिड सो वेल इन टर्म्स ऑफ. हाँ भाई, मतलब इतने ज़्यादा क्रेजी कंपैरिजंस एस्पेक्ट्स, मतलब वी लाइक हार्डली एक्सपेक्टेड दैट टू कम बट पीपल डिड रियली वेल. अब देखते हैं हमारा कैसा जाता है. हमारा सबसे लास्ट में है भाई, हर बार की तरह. बट लेट्स सी हाउ इट्स गोना गो.
Guys, so we have got a break over here and we have come over here at Menza. Dashi, say hi. We have Dashi with us with his food. We have Shamik bhai. Shamik bhai, say hi.
Hello.
We have Mr. Negi and we have my food.
Is strategic evaluation for $500 million trade facility authorization, and which company getting credit more easily.
So it's going to talk about the financial performance comparison of the retail market. Okay. In Germany, there are a lot of retail markets, like let's say Edeka, there is Penny, there is Rewe, there is so much retail, and the
And Russia, and they are so most of the Western companies shifted their operation, closed their operation in Russia, but they did not. So it's for me, it's a very risky position to give them money for the investment for their loans,
So for me, it's a very we want to arrive at $2 billion by 2013. And coming on to net margin,
we decided to make a framework of 4 KPIs basically: cash flow stability, leverage position, liquidity, and the fourth one is we'll give loans. But if you have to choose one, so how do we decide that?
Summary of what the work you've done. Yes.
Shankar bhai. Shanks.
Thank you.
That's our captain Ayub with HM, co-pilot.
One major British industry context. Now I would like to move forward with the H&M's operational efficiency because
Now we will look at Hermes International from an investor or equity investor. We say from equity.
Shabi, what do you think? What do you say?
So I would like to.
Would you put 2,123 euros in one share of Hermes?
Because
okay,
I would like to purchase some cheap stocks like I don't know H&M.
I think yeah, that's what we say in India. When you invest in penny stocks, they have you invest maybe small money, but they are more potential.
Good afternoon, guys. Long day, huh? Everybody looks tense, and it's been a long day for us too, waiting for our turn to come up, and we see a lot of sleepy faces. And call us Nike, and I know the professor said that Nike is off limits, but we would like to risk everything. How? We'll see. Kabir?
Alright, I think we are not that professional enough to actually invest time in creating a PowerPoint today. But good afternoon, everyone. I'm joined with my team. My name is Kabir. I have my brother Mehrab and Ashish with me. Today we're going to be talking about international accounting. Right now, when professor gave us this assignment to talk about international accounting, we knew nothing. I mean, all three of us, we don't have a accounting background at all. And up until 96 hours earlier, we knew nothing. And this was the first prompt that we gave to Gemini to teach us everything about international accounting, as if it would teach it to a donkey, and then we were waiting for the response. And that was me, Mehrab and Ashish, waiting for something to pop in. But guess what, actually, we were able to come up with flying colors and some golden foil wrapped with lint wrappers. Oh well, that's me. Apparently, I happen to be a CCO of a company. Can anyone tell me what a CCO is, Professor?
Chief Customer Operations.
Close. But actually,
It's,
okay. I'm the Chief Chocolate Officer, something that I give to myself for Lind and Springly. Now I'm joined by my brother Ashish, who happens to be the CSO. What is the CSO? Chief Sales Officer? Yes. He's our Chief Shampoo Officer. Yeah. Of Procter and Gamble. But Ashish, don't you think?
Okay. Jokes aside,
Yeah.
we still need the marketing guy for any company to run. So we would like to welcome our CMO.
Drum rolls? That's Mehrab. That's my brother. And that's what we saw when Mehrab actually became our marketing head.
I'm curious. Sorry to interrupt. What are you doing in this blue, man?
So, apparently Mehrab happens to be the Chief Marketing Officer, so of course we changed the titles. So can you guess what CMO can be?
Chief Maggie Officer.
Wow man, you guys are great. So he's happens to be the Chief Maggie Officer.
Yo bro, you want some Maggie?
You guys want some Maggie? Alright,
Yes.
so I think now that I have your attention, we're going to be talking about business in a professional way. So what you see on the screen is $100. Now I would like to understand from you guys, in case if you guys had an opportunity to actually invest $100 back in 2019 in all of the three companies, what would your returns look like today? Ashish, can I have a look? So this is what you would have got in terms of the share price. If you would have invested $100, you would have received $169, which is a whooping 69% in Lind, 82.5% in my brother's company PNG, and 1.2% which remained flat for my brother Mehrab. Now Mehrab is going to talk about why it remained flat. But before that, I would also like to focus. I would like you guys to focus on our strategy, which is the FMCG business, and how we are going to. So the graph that you see over here is the big fishes across the market, and what kind of portfolio does it have. We are going to be talking about that as well. But when you see this, what is the first thing that comes in your mind? Toshin? Chocolates. Okay. A lot of company makes chocolates. What about you, Sanika?
Switzerland.
Swiss chocolates. Okay. I think Milka is also a Swiss brand. Yeah. Professor, what do you feel about Lind? What makes it different?
Premium.
Luxury.
Yeah.
Premium.
Price.
Premium. It makes you feel good. And one more thing, it is made of 100% cacao.
Yeah.
That's awesome actually, because you know the direct competitor is Hershey, which is a mass market but not a niche market. And the people who purchase Lind, it's a low elastic market because people are ready to actually invest in luxury. Lind doesn't care about the prices. And now I'm going to be talking about something which probably I think you guys might know. Are you guys aware of the cacao crisis that happened back in 2023? Anything? It happened specifically in Ghana and Ivory Island. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to talk about that. So when pandemic hit, all the companies suffered losses. But what happened was, if you see the graph over here, the cacao industry, it remained pretty stagnant. You know, it used to be sold at 2,000 to 3,000 per ton. But 2024 hit, and there was something that happened, which was the cacao crisis, and there was a cacao disease that happened across Ivory Island and Ghana, because of which the pricing jumped from 2,000, 3,000 per ton to 12,000 per ton. Now what would you expect for a company like Lind? What would it do? Or Hershey, because it's a competitor directly. Increase their prices, one thing. Apart from that, do you think it's going to impact, because that's like a quadruple rise? Low supply, and because it's a heavy commoditized market, everything depends on that. But do you remember one thing that professors talked about yesterday? Future contracts. Do you remember Ryanair purchasing oil on future contracts? So that is something that Lind did. And we, of course, all of us discussed about numbers today, but we also wanted to discuss and highlight more on the strategical element as well, what made these companies a top player in their own market. So if you see just over here, this is in comparison to Hershey. Lind's margin was 65% as compared to Hershey's market, which was mass market 47.3%, which had a 17.7% resilience gap. And it was because of the future holdings that the Lind people did in terms of the contract. And if you see the financial statements, you'll see that the revenue, gross profit, EBIT and net income, everything actually increased as compared to 2019, even though COVID hit. Why? Because as Olu said, we increased the price by 6%. And because it's a luxury market, people did not care. People still bought chocolates. In COVID, airports shut down. That was the large operating model for Lind, and of course the physical stores, because they have a lot of tangible assets. But that's where the price increase actually helped them grow in terms of their revenue. Now I know, with the interest of time, because we don't have a lot of time, we have something for you at the end of the slide. But now I'd like to invite my brother Ashish, who is going to be talking about Procter & Gamble.
Okay, P&G, Procter & Gamble. Some of you might know about it, some of you might not know about it. But one thing is for sure, that you might have used their products in one way or the other, or maybe you are using it. The Tide, Pamper, Gillette, Old Spice and whatnot. They're beauty, self-care and personal hygiene products. And no matter if another COVID-19 hits, nothing is going to happen to them, because they are daily use products and they can never go out of business. And then moving on to, so the two main biggest players that are the rivals of P&G are Unilever and Mondelez. And I mean, even with this, you can see that they have a cap of $49.8 billion. And in the total asset of 2024, which is $122 billion of P&G holdings, 40.7% was intangible asset. What does that mean? It means that they were valuing themselves. They were doing brand values, goodwills, and whatnot. And one thing is for sure, that people trust P&G. That is what they were doing. And if we see a neck-to-neck, head-to-head comparison between P&G and Unilever, you can see that in every aspect, in brand value and asset MOAT and net margin, everything they were exceeding. You can see that the net margin were 18 and 11%, which means that for every dollar product they sold, they were making 18 cents. And even though Unilever was also focusing on brand value and customer trust, they were still behind. But on the assets turnover, they were pretty neck to neck. The only difference is that P&G were using the US GAAP reporting, which was the accounting standards of America. But on the other hand, Unilever was doing IFRS. So we are short on time, so we'll just move forward with Nestle. Moira.
Okay, thank you guys. As you know, Nestle is one of the largest companies in food and beverage, and the main strength for Nestle is the size and scale. In 2024, total asset for Nestle was around 160 billion. This helps company to deal with the global uncertainty and inflation and supply chain problem. Now we look how Nestle use inventory and tangible assets from 2022 to 2020. So compared to the one competitor, Mondelez, Nestle asset turnover 1.6.
So in terms of the verdict, this is where we'd like to talk to our shareholders whether or not you should be holding the shares, you should be purchasing it or selling it. So you see we have a strong goal. Now what I want you guys to do is just open your phone and open the camera real quick. I have something for you. Just open your camera real quick. Just scan it. Professor, I would want you to do this as well. So while you guys are doing it, we have created a simulation for all of you guys wherein you can actually see all the financial statements that we took for our company as well as our competitors' company as well. And you can see the overview, the profitability, the solvency and comparisons. And you can actually toggle in, toggle out as per your preference, which gives you an in-depth view. You can do that, you can bookmark it, you can do it at a later point in time as well. So I think that was our time presenting the FMCG business from our marketing perspective in terms of finance. And that's it. Or buying shares for these companies, because all of these companies, even though if Nestle was not performing really well as compared to P&G 82.5% and Lind of course 65%, we want to highlight that these are major players in the market, and in case if you are actually investing in these companies as a shareholders, you are going to probably earn a higher amount of returns.
Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? No? So he has intimidated you or what? This is what happened in business first, right? Two completely different industries. However, they are using the same instrument, yes, to stabilize the cost of the goods sold, because actually that is where the margin is. And by using that strategy, even though the cocoa price increased, they could increase the price and make much more money, right? Yes. That's genius from the company, and thank you very much for the insights and ideas. Yes, okay. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
So guys, let me introduce you to the coolest professor ever that I met over here, Professor
Thank you very
Hubert. And it was such a pleasure meeting you, Professor. And because I knew nothing about accounting, you saw that already in my presentation. But thank you so much for teaching us and giving us such a great time to all of us specifically.
It was my pleasure to have you in class and have all you guys in class. And after that presentation that you just made, seems like you have absorbed a lot of content. Besides that, you missed the first day of classes.
Yes, I did. And I feel so awful about it because I don't know.
You miss a lot.
And also one more thing, he also happens to be an existing alumni of IGC itself.
Yes.
So that's another thing. Now he's teaching us. He's also going to be teaching us international taxation. I think in the month of April, and he was the professor I was talking about whether I should be doing a podcast or not. So write it down in the comments whether or not I should be doing a podcast with my professor.
Subscribe to his channel, and basically the presentation that he's made is very good, and I think you can learn a lot from this guy.
Oh, thank you so much. Really sweet of you. Thank you. Let's click pictures. So guys, अभी यहाँ पे हमारी फोटो शूट होगी इसके नीचे. यहाँ पे सारे लोग खड़े होंगे. ये मुस्कान, अनीता, पुनीता, असब, एवरीवन. भाई लियोनी, वेयर इज लियोनी? हाँ फिर तो गाइज हम लोगों की प्रेजेंटेशन हो चुकी है और हम आ चुके हैं घर, जहाँ पे हमारे साथ हैं शामिक भाई एंड नेगी भाई. सो अभी हम जा रहे हैं प्रोफेसर के साथ लिटिल मेरी विच हैपेंस टू बी इन शनूर, जहाँ पे मैं आपको एक बार लेकर के, आई डोंट नो मैंने रिकॉर्ड किया है कि नहीं, बट दैट्स अ शनूर, दैट्स एन आयरिश बार. तो वहाँ जाएंगे, वहाँ पे मर्फी स्टाउट पियेंगे प्रोफेसर के साथ एंड देखते हैं भाई क्या बातें बनती है. शामिक भाई बहुत एक्साइटेड है. सो गाइज वी आर ओवर हियर एट डॉम शाइडर विद शामिक भाई एंड आशीष भाई. अभी हम चल रहे हैं फटाफट शनूर. शनूर के अंदर है ये जगह जहाँ पे हम जा रहे हैं, विच इज़ लिटिल मेरीज, विच इज़ एन आयरिश बार. बहुत बढ़िया सी जगह है. आई हैव बीन देयर क्वाइट अ कपल ऑफ टाइम्स, बट आई थिंक हम गलत रास्ते में नहीं ये रहे. सो दिस इज शनूर राइट हियर एंड प्रतीक का कॉल आ रहा है. प्रतीक भी यहीं है शायद कहीं पर. सो गाइज दिस ओवर हियर इज लिटिल मेरीज, विच इज़ ब्यूटिफुल आयरिश बार. I tried to say no to whiskey, but it's 40% stronger. Let's go inside. भाई ये वाली बार है इतनी प्यारी सी आयरिश बार. इसमें मैं लास्ट टाइम भी आया था. दिस इज लिटिल मेरी, बहुत प्यारी सी छोटी सी बार है. सो गाइज वी हैव कमल भाई, वी हैव अशोक भाई, और कौन है हमारे साथ? वी हैव मेहरब, we have Shamik and we have Ashish. So we came over here, but I think we were late. So professor is going to come in sometime. We are going to go to Reves to eat something. उसके बाद हम लोग यहाँ पे बैठते हैं. बाकी भाई यहाँ की गलियाँ तो नेक्स्ट लेवल लगती है. शामिक भाई के आसनसोल की तरह. अरे तो भाई ये सारे भक्तजनों जा रहे हैं रेवे.
वो जो भी मिल जाए तो बढ़िया है यहाँ पर.
हाँ यहाँ पे बढ़िया है भाई, रिलैक्स हो जाता है. घूमते रहो, पूरा ब्रेमेन देख लो. तो गाइज अब हम जा रहे हैं रेवे, क्योंकि हमें कुछ चाहिए खाने को, और मेरे को प्रेट्जल्स बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है यहाँ की, जर्मनी की. सो आई प्रोबेबली माइट जस्ट वांट टू गेट प्रेट्जल. मैं सोच रहा था फलाफल खाने का, बट हमारे पास कैश नहीं है. और यहाँ पे मतलब बहुत जगह ऐसी होती है कि आपको कैश की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. और ये मेरी सबसे पहली गलियाँ हैं जो मेरे को रेवे, मतलब आई मीन यहाँ की बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद थी. सामने है रेवे, चलते भी वहाँ पे. ये है मेरे सारे दोस्त. यो ब्रो गाइस, यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट चल रही है कुर्दिस्तान की. ये देखो, ये झंडा आप देख रहे हो, कुर्दिस्तान की झंडा है. कुर्दिस्तान हैपेंस टू बी, तो मैं आपको बता दूं, कुर्दिस्तान एक्चुअली टर्की की पार्ट है, बट वहाँ के लोग अपने आप को आइडेंटिफाई नहीं करते टर्की में, और वो अपने आप को कुर्दिस्तान, एक इंडिपेंडेंट कंट्री की डिमांड कर रहे हैं. हमारे दोस्त हैं कुछ कुर्दिस्तान से. इनफैक्ट ये देखो गाइस, इतनी बड़ी कुर्दिस्तान गाइस. तो ये देखो कुर्दिस्तान की इधर सब प्रोटेस्टर, इधर पुलिस बिल्कुल ऐसे खड़े हैं. हाँ हाँ गाइस, क्राउड कंट्रोल देखो यार, मतलब इतनी पुलिस की गाड़ियाँ यहाँ पे, सो मेनी व्हीकल्स, एंड ऑल ऑफ दीज पीपल आर सपोर्टिंग कुर्दिस्तान भाई. और यहाँ पे एक देखो, हाँ बोलो.
It's a men's night.
We don't even have the whole class.
This is another worst meeting.
प्रोफेसर आ चुके हैं. ये तरुण भाई, ऋषभ भाई भी हैं, कमल, नेगी, शामिक भाई.
We were waiting for you.
We'll have 5 normal ones, I mean 500 ml, and then 1 300 ml, okay? Thanks, Anna. Yeah, fine.
Shamik.
Shamik is not
Yeah, yeah.
तो गाइज ये है हमारी यहाँ की स्पेशलिटी, इसको कहते हैं मर्फी स्टाउट. क्या?
अरे
Shrimps?
mocktails, alcohol free.
I was asking questions to him.
No, until it reversed.
Yeah. He was drunk.
उसमें
Yes.